Hello people, today is Wednesday the 6th and we're going to do all of lesson 105 today in preparation for our math test tomorrow. But anyway, we are going to be talking about diagrams for sorting. So diagrams, you have probably done some diagramming of sentences in Mrs. Metcalf's room. Sorry, my phone was giving me some message. Done some diagrams for Miss Metcalf where you break apart a sentence into parts of speech and you put it kind of in a form. Well, we are going to talk about a form today that was invented by an English mathematician. His name was John Venn, and we're going to put some things in Venn diagrams. Now, it sounds complicated, but it's not. It's circles. And as we've been learning about sorting and classifying certain things and putting them into groups and the reasons why we do it based on their characteristics, you are going to do the same thing with numbers in math and sort numbers and put them into groups. So I'm going to do lesson practice with you all. We'll do lesson practice A and B. The directions for lesson practice on page 561 say draw two circles that do not overlap. Okay, I did that. It says label one circle quadrilaterals and then label the other circle triangles. Then draw these shapes into the correct circles, okay? So if I've got quads here and triangles here, remember quad means 4, tri means 3. And they've given me some different shapes. Let's see how skilled I can be with drawing across this board with the wrong hand. All right. So a quadrilateral is going to have 4 sides. So I'm going to do this shape, which forgive my messiness, but that is my left hand. And then I'm looking for the other one, and it is a square. So we know anything with 4 sides is going to go in this circle, according to Mr. Venn. It's a visual way to organize information, just like data, charts, bar graphs, things like that, where you can just look at something and kind of get the information quickly. It's the same idea. Triangles, we've got a couple different kinds of triangles here. It looks like we have an equilateral where all sides are equal. Gosh, I'm sorry, that's messy. And then the other one is a right, I can't draw a straight line with my left hand, is a right triangle. Remember, it has an L shape in there. It's always correct. It always thinks it's right. Okay, a lot of times I'll draw glasses on that guy because he is always right. So that's how you're going to use a Venn diagram. You just have a label and you put the correct shape or number in the spot that you have labeled for it. Let's look at B. B says draw a Venn diagram. Label one circle Q for quadrilateral and the other R for right. Shapes that have a right angle. And then draw these shapes in the correct parts of the circle. Okay, so we've got some different shapes here for B. I see one of them is a 4-sided shape. And it kind of looks like this. Okay, and then we've got, oh, wait a minute. Does this have a right angle? It does. So hang on. If it's a quadrilateral and has a right angle, where should it go? Do these two circles overlap? You can see right here in the center that that is where you're going to place something that is both a quadrilateral, which means it has 4 sides, and also has a right angle. So that first shape that I drew is actually going to go right here because it has both. It checks both boxes. Next, the other one is a quadrilateral, like that. And then we've got one that looks like a house. Okay, so it's going to be shaped like this. And see, it has a right angle here and it has a right angle here. And I can show you that with my little square and my very messy left-handed drawing. Let's look at number 10 together too. This one is talking about estimating and whether or not you're going to have more than you need or less than you need. And with our estimation, with our rounding, with our compatible numbers, with rounding the nearest 10, rounding the nearest 100, I thought I'm just going to go over this one with you so that you have a little extra explanation here. It says Patrick wants to buy 4 yo-yos. Each yo-yo costs $3.23. He estimates the total price is going to be $12. How does Patrick's estimate compare to the actual price, and how do you know? Okay, so if they're $3.23 each for these lovely little yo-yos, and it says that he wants to buy 4 of them, he estimates $12. So let's think about that. If $3.23 was rounded, we're going to look at this number 2, aren't we? And this 2 tells us that we're between $3 and $4, and we know that a 2 means we are closer to $3. So he went $3 times 4, and he came up with $12, okay? Is his estimate less than he needs or more than he needs? Well, if we do the actual math, and we say $3.23 times 4, we'll use our lasso method. Say 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 more is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, okay? This is how much he actually needed, $12.92, and he estimated it to be $12. So is that more or less than he needs? It's less than he's gonna need. Why? Because he rounded down. He took $3.23 and rounded down. So when they ask you, how do you know? It says, how does the estimate compare? You're going to say less than. And I always say a good explanation when they ask you, how do you know? You say, I did the math. You could also say, Patrick, I'll just put P, rounded down. So that makes sense.